Yeah, recording started. Yeah. So now you see, this is the already we had did so many topics in Selenium, and I believe we are good with that. Whatever we have done so far in Selenium, right? So now today we are going to talk another important topic in Selenium. What is that? How to handle multiple windows in Selenium. This is more or less talking about the window handling. What is that? Let's have a very detailed discussion. In this, we are going to cover all this, like, what is a window in Selenium and what is parent and child windows, and then how to handle multiple windows in Selenium. And also, we are going to talk about what is a window handle and what are different methods we use for window handling, all that. Okay, we'll see that. Now, maybe, so let us just talk in a high level. What is a window? Right, in a simple way, anything, suppose you hit on any URL, right? From anywhere, suppose you open a Google and just you hit on a URL with Amazon and you open this window, right? This you open this web page or website, and this is a window here. This the first page which you are seeing. This is a window, and this particular window we call this as main window or parent window, right? So window is simple. When you hit on any URL that opens a web page, and that web page we call that as a parent window or a main window. I hope that is clear, right? Window is nothing but it's like any other web page, like where it has lot of web elements. But the difference is what kind of window is that? Is it a parent window or main window, or is it a child window? That we should understand clearly. I hope that should be clear. So, and also understanding this is very simple. This doesn't need too much of knowledge on anything here, friends. Right? When you hit any URL, it will straight away take you to some web page, and that web page which you see for the first time, or you watch first, observe first time. That is parent window or main window, right? And from here, if you see, I click on this refrigerators, you can see one more window is open. This is child window. And when I say again, when I go back, it is taking me to this main window or parent window. This is nothing but this main page is nothing but parent window. And here you click on any of these URLs again, it will take you to the another new window that is nothing but a child window. So this is something which is simple to understand. So in any kind of web development or web testing, so understanding this is very important. What is that? When we click on URL, it will straight away take to some website or web page, and that page is nothing but a parent window. And from that page again, if you click on any URLs, it will take you to another page, and that page is nothing but what we call child window. So that's all, friends. So any web page you open for first time, right? Generally, you can treat it as a parent window. And after that, from that web page, if you open some URLs or some tabs or some links, and if it is taking to another page, and such pages are nothing but we call them as child windows. I hope this is clear. First, understanding this terminology is important. Later on, we see how to automate the multiple windows using this Java coding, right? Or JavaScript. So that's the idea. JavaScript in sense, not the language JavaScript, the Java coding language program. What I mean here. So that is the quick idea. So what is a window in Selenium? Whenever we hit on any URL, it opens a web page, which is what we call a window, right? And here usually we have two types of windows, what we call a parent window and a child window. And just now we had a quick discussion, and that should be clear for all of you friends. What is that? A window that is immediately opened after hitting a URL from a script is a parent window or a main window. What is a child window here? A window opened from a parent window or a main window by clicking on some URL, tab, or link is a child window, friends. Right? So that is the idea. And here, when you are working with Windows, you need to understand one thing, what something called a window handle, right? So suppose you see you hit on this URL, whatever it might be Amazon, suppose you say google.com, just for simple this thing I use, let's use Google. This is the main page. And now you click on this Gmail or some images here, see, and you get another window. So what is this? This is again a child window because from Google web page, again you navigate it to another window, images window. This is child window. Now, how many windows we have opened here? One is from this is the main web page. And when we click on this particular URL or link here, it takes us to the new window. And the question is, how do we recognize all these windows? This parent window or main window or this child windows, all this. This is the important question. Okay, so that is where we need to understand something called window handle. Right? What is a window handle here? Simple, friends. A window handle is a unique identifier which is used to identify your window or which is used to recognize your window. It might be a parent window or a child window, whatever type of window it is. If we should find or recognize that window, that so we need an identifier, and that is nothing but what we call window handle, right? So let me just add that point here because this is a very important one. So this is important, window handle. By now we were very clear. So what is that about Windows? What is window or what is parent window or what is child window? For example, another important use case is let me open meanwhile our Eclipse as well because you can see here this simple website. Let me just open. Yeah, we have here this. This is the one. See, this is one simple website, very basic website, and we click on this URL windows, and we have this windows here. Now we click on another hyperlink here. Then you can see this time we are able to see. Let me close all this, not to have any distraction for us. Now you see here in this is the we have two windows. The first one, whichever the whenever you hit the URL, it is taking us to some web page here. And this web page is parent window. And from here, you click on some hyperlink, then it open a new window here. And by looking at these windows, you can easily recognize which is parent and which is child here. By default, the first one, which we reached for the first time, the window which we opened for first time, this acts as a parent window. And from there, when you click on this URL, this one acts as a child window. You can see here. And similarly, in the same parent window, you can see there are two hyperlinks. One, this is the one, click here. And also we have one more URL here, like you can see here. And I click on this hyperlink. When I click on, another new window is open. Now altogether, there are three different windows. Now you can easily recognize now which is parent and which are childs here. This elemental selenium is a child window, and this new window is a child window, and this the first one opening a new window is the parent window. So finally, the question is now you should be very clear about the concept of windows here. What is parent and what is child windows here? But the question is, when while you are doing this automation, how do you recognize this windows is the first question. Second thing, why we need this window handles, right? When we have multiple windows like this, why is it important? to use window handles? This is another question, right? So let's talk about all that in today's session, right? Okay, let us see that, friends. First thing, let me answer one by one. So to identify these parent and child windows, we need window handles. So simply speaking, here to identify parent and child windows are different types of windows. Simply speaking, parent and child windows, we use handles. So what is that we use? We use handles. So what is a handle? Simply speaking, handle is used to uniquely identify. What is that handle? Uniquely, what it does, identifies, what it identifies, these parent and child windows. Parent and child windows. I'll show you all that one by one. And if you ask me, if you ask again a more deeper question, right? What is I mean, how it identifies? What exactly is this identifier, right? So handle uniquely identifies this parent and child windows using what? Using a window identifier. Okay, a window identifier, what we call. And this is nothing but we can say it's a kind of address for that window, or it's a kind of hash code for that window, right? So that is what this identifier is. So this window handle is, right? I hope this is clear. So what is a window handle here? A window handle is nothing but a window identifier which identifies this parent and child windows when you are working with this, when you are working with a large website which has multiple web pages, right? So that's the simple idea. And this window identifier is more or less how it look like. Identifier is simply an address to, is simply an address to a window. Like it's kind of address to identify your window, friends. And that's what we call handle here, right? I hope this should be clear for all of you, friends. I'm just giving you some insight here from this notepad so that it's easy to follow for everyone, friends. Right? That is, it should be clear for you now. Now let us see a small use case, like how to identify a parent window and child window, and how to recognize this windows using this window handles. What kind of window handles do you have in Selenium here? Okay, let us see that now. So first thing is, let me launch this. So there are two methods, like when you talk about recognizing this windows or identifying windows, might be parent or child. So what is that we have? We have two types of windows, right? So parent and child. And here again we have types of window handles here. To get parent window, we have one method to get that. And to get child window, we have one method to get that. Let me just show you. So first one is get window handle. This is a method which returns parent window handle. What this returns? This returns, let me just add here, parent window handle. Okay, this is one thing, friends. Window handle. There is another one, what we call one more method. There are two methods when you are working with this Windows in Selenium. One is get window handle, which returns the parent window handle, or identifier for a parent window. So simply speaking, it returns what this method returns, an identifier of a parent window, a unique identifier. So you can also make it more clear. A unique identifier. Unique means it won't be duplicated on identifier for a parent window. So that is get window handle. Next one, get window handles, another method. So here, this is used to get all window handles that you have triggered on that web page or website, both parent and child windows. All different window handles. As you see, that is a plural. Get window handles means it returns all window handles which were opened when you are doing that testing, automation testing, right? So this is another important method. And actually, through second method, we try to identify child windows. Through first method, we try to identify parent windows. Of course, second method also helps us to identify parent as well, but we precisely use this so to identify child windows. So here, simply speaking, this returns all window handles in sense, all in window handles in sense, both parent windows as well as child window handles, whichever the windows open. Each window has a unique identifier, what we call handle. And if you want to get all those windows that are open, all those identifiers of open windows, then we apply this method, get window handles. So what this returns? It returns all window handles of both what parent and child windows. I hope this is clear for you, friends. That is the idea here. I hope this is clear for all of you, friends. So this is something which let me just open few programs here. Let's see a small use case, right, to understand this window handling concept or window handles. Okay, we'll start with the very basic one. So this is very basic program, just to test a simple window handle here, right? So most of these steps are known to us except one or two. That's all, right? And now we had a clear background of all this about what is a window, what is parent, and what is child, and what is window handle, and how to get window handles, right? And sorry, uh, and then the methods which are used here to handle this automation, Windows multiple Windows automation, right? Handling multiple windows. To do that, we understood we need these two methods: get window handle and get window handles. And to identify parent window, we try to use this method, get window handle. And to identify child windows, we use this get window handles. Of course, this returns all windows. It's not just parent window. When we say get window handles, it returns all windows that were opened as a part of this automation, including both parent and child windows. Okay, this is all fine, but how do you implement that in a Java code? Let us see that now. It is so simple. See here, I'm just removing few lines of code just to make sure that you understand clearly. Excuse me. See here, friends. So this is a simple, automations we are creating here just to recognize to open a website and identify the type of windows here. And here, this is the simple idea. Now, this is the website we are using for our testing to test this multiple windows. I just choose a simple website. Once you get this understanding, you can play with any website, small or big or anything. We don't have a problem. So, right, I'm just pinging you the URL so that what you can do, you can play with this. Clear? Let's see that now. Can you just take that URL, friends? So and maybe you can open it, you can automate this, you can apply this window automation. Okay, right. So now when we run this, let's run this first. Right click and then run as Java application. Now you can see we are just trying to run this automation. Now it opened, it triggered that URL and opened this web page. And this is actually the parent window. Now I want to identify this parent window by using this window handle method. How do you do it? Simple, right? Go to the code now. So this is just, this code doesn't have that identifying parent window here. This is just a simple code just to open a web page. That's all. It just opens a web page. This automation covers just opening a web page. Now in this, what we want, once this window is opened, you can see how do we identify this window. But and this is by default a parent window. Now how do we identify this parent window? Let us write a code for that and see like how it works. Now I am closing this for now, right? So now you can also stop this automation. Okay, save this. Now once you open this, to get this parent window identifier, we apply this method here. What is that method? Some driver dot. See, we should up say driver is something which is used throughout your automation, and all these methods, like as what we have discussed here, this window handles like get window handle or window handles, all these methods, whatever you see here, right? These are present in this driver class. These methods are part of your WebDriver class. I hope this is clear, friends. So what is it? Those methods are part of your WebDriver. Here we are working with Chrome driver. So they are part of your Chrome driver. Similarly, of course, these methods are part of any WebDriver. You can work with any driver. It might be Chrome, or it might be Firefox, it might be Edge, or it might be Safari, or it can be IE, anything. So what is that we need now? So the question is where these methods, in which class these methods are present here. So these methods, both of these handles, window handle methods are present in. So what is that? The above methods are present where? Are present in driver class, your web driver class. So that means we have to call these methods on your driver object or reference. So when you get here, if you wish to get that window handle, might be parent or child, you have to get that window handle through this driver class, through this driver. How do you get it? Something like driver dot get window handle, right? So when you say this returns a parent window. Whatever you just opened, it returns parent window, and your driver has this whatever the driver you have, it has track of all your windows. It keeps track of all your windows, your child window or parent window, or any number of windows you open. To identify all those windows, right? This driver helps us because driver has track of all those. So now when you say, you can see here on driver, you are just trying to call this window. You can see now. Let me just show you. So when you say driver dot get, when we say get, as soon as you say get, you can see it is showing these two methods here, get window handle and get window handles. One is returning string, the other one is returning a set collection. Observe these two carefully. So the difference is, by default, the first one is just getting only one window handle and that returns a string. And second one returns bunch of handles, like it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 100,000 as well. So that's why, and also it is returning a set. Why set? Because set is used to store those handles in a uniquely. It uniquely store those handles so that there is no chance of having any duplicate windows. Remember that set doesn't allow duplicate values, set collection. So that's why this Java people have built this API. The Selenium people build this API with set, so that when this method returns all these handles and when it is stored into this set collection, if any, by default there is no chance for duplicates. And once you this handle returns all those handles, once you place them in set will remove if any duplicate exists. So that's why they created the return type of this window handles as a set collection. I hope you understood the difference here. Why this is string and why this is set here. The advantage of having set here. I hope you are clear. Set doesn't allow duplicates. When you try to store all these handles in set, it will uniquely store all these handles. That is the idea. I hope you are clear with all this now. Now, by now you should be clear. These methods, this window handling methods, you can see that they are present in this driver class. Now you want to test this, right? Once you open this, how do you recognize this parent window or what is the parent window handle here? Let us see. And how that address look like, that identifier look like for that parent window. Let us see that now. So here you say driver.get, the method is a window handle, and then assign it to some string because it returns string, declare a string variable string. Just simply directly you can write like this parent window handle. I'm writing code so that it's easy for you to follow. Now you can see this is we try to get that window handle of parent and assign to this variable. This is user defined. You can give as you like. Okay, it's not like it should be parent window handle. It's not needed. Okay, but for more readability, I am declaring this as parent window handle. Now what do you do now? Print this friends, right? So now you can simply just add this text here and then print this. Now you can easily understand how to recognize this. See, when I run this, and when this particular website gets opened, you can see here this one. Now it will try to get that identifier of this parent window, and we can see that in the output. We can see in the that Eclipse console, right? Let's run this and see that. Hope you are ready to observe the automation. Now right click this and then run as Java application. Now this will open the web browser and then bring in that website. And you can see here, website is bringing it brought up this website. Now go to the Eclipse and the output window here. You can see here. This is the handle you can see here. This is the text we created. Of course, leave that. From here onwards, all this is you can observe here. So this is the window handle, friends. Can you see this, which is in the alphanumeric? Probably it should be 24 character identifier. Probably if you, I didn't count it, but that is my gut feeling. If you want, you can quickly get the size of this so that you understand that. So maybe you can apply a small method. So to know what is the length of that identifier, see here, you can simply say System.out.println. So the length of identifier is okay. If you want to know the length of identifier, what you can do, you can simply apply this call this parent window handle dot length method. When you apply length on this parent window handle, this string reference, it gives us like what is the size of that I mean length of that window handle. So what do we do right now? Let's run this automation, friends. Now you can get a clear idea about that window handle of parent and the length of that window handle. Let's see that now. So we are able to bring up the web page and this is the parent window. Now if you see here, so this is the identifier and this is not 24 character length. This is 32 here. You can see the parent window handle is having almost 32 characters, including both the alphabets and digits here. So that itself is a clear idea for you, like what is parent window handle and how it look like that unique address. Let me rerun again. So it brought up this URL and the window is open. This is the parent window. As we are printing that window handle, you can see this is the window handle for that. This might change from execution to execution. This may not stay same for every execution because this identifier is dynamically created by the browser. So we don't need to worry about it. But only thing is, are we having an identifier or not is important. Maybe if you want to observe that as well, just observe carefully. Again, see, this is the identifier what it has shown it gave us this time, what it returns this time. Let me just copy it here just to show you that whether these identifiers stay same in all our runs or it changes from execution to execution. Okay, let's stop this. Let's again run the automation. See here, now you can see it brought up this web page. Now this is the parent window. Go to this one. This time you can see here we got the parent window handle or identifier, but you can see this. This is changing now. Now the previous one is this. Now the latest one is this. From this you should understand one thing. This window handles might change from execution to execution. It might not stay same throughout our testing. For each execution, it might give us a different window handle because these are created by the browser dynamically. They are not static window handles, they are dynamic window handles, right? So that is important point to observe again, friends. I hope you are clear with all this. Clear, right? So this is a simple intro for what is this your window handling and the methods get window handle and how to get parent window handle and how this window handle identifier look like, right? And are they same throughout our testing? And if you try to have multiple runs between your testing automation, will this identifier stay same or will they change from run to run? So by all this, we have just have a, for all this, we had a clear picture about, okay, these questions, whatever we have, just now trying to observe. I hope you are clear with all this, right, friends? So these are all very important things. People ask definitely in interviews like these two things about this. And one more thing. Now we are slowly moving to the little deeper level of this window handling. Now once we see this, we observe this automation. I'm closing these windows. Maybe let's have this. Now when we click here. Now what happens? It has shifted to the next window. So it opened a new window. And here, this is what a child window here. So what is this? This is a child window. Now, one thing is you have to remember in any kind of in anywhere and any kind of automation. So the context of parent, this window is different. The context of child is different, right? Let us do a small automation now, right here. So what I would like to do is I try to get this. So when we open this child window, I would like to get this text from this child window and display it on the browser. Right? To do that, what you have to do, you know very well. We have to get this pattern, like you have to locate this text from the web page, and we need to print it. Right? So that's what we should do. Just a minute. Yeah, sorry, there is a little noise coming from outside, but it's okay. So now, what is that we are going to do? We are going to do a little simple automation. So once we bring in this parent page, we try to trigger this URL which moves to the child page, and we will print both. So here we'll try to print this URL. What is click here, and also we would like to print this text, that heading displayed from the from this child window. And here, right, how to get this text, we use this locators, web locators to recognize this. Using that, we try to get this text and print in our code. So let us do all that. And here we are going to write code on fly. We are not using any ready-made code. We go step by step in a dynamic way, not in a static way. So till this, it's clear, right, friends? Let us do one thing. Let us try to first go with next step. Let us add few more automation steps here. One is, what very well, to locate this web elements here. We are adding few more automation steps here. We are adding some locators to locate these web elements in this web page, parent web page. Also, to locate this text, we are using locators to locate this text and add it in our code. So we are going to do all these steps we are going to add all this in this our automation script here, right? So, but I think we are clear how to get this child handle. We'll see how to get parent handle as well. Before that, let us also understand how to locate this URLs and how to locate this text and print it. Okay, let us do one by one. So for this you don't need to do big thing, right? We are already familiar with all this. So first thing, I want to recognize this and print it. So what we should do to URL? Just I want to print this text. If I should print this text, first locate this web element, this link here. I click on this. How do you locate? Simply right click and then inspect. It gives us the HTML code. Then somewhere just identify that. So somewhere you can see that, yeah, this is opening window. We don't need that. We just need only, yeah, this one you can see here. This is actually a hyperlink URL. You can see href anchor tag. We are seeing an anchor tag. This is nothing but a hyperlink. So just create a pattern to locate this hex path pattern or anything of your choice. So I'm creating a simple XPath pattern to locate this URL. Right here, simply, right, XPath starts with double slash and then start of this URL is A. I believe there are 3 anchor tags here. Let us filter out that with some special element here, and this has click here. This particular thing has click here. This is the text actually. So let us recognize this particular web element using this text here, click here. So let us try to apply that. Open square brackets. We already know, right, friends? If you should recognize any web element using text, so we apply a method text here and then equal to single quotes. I mean quotes open, single quotes there, and copy that text here and paste it in the single quotes. Now you can see a pattern is ready, and this is identifying you can see here, this is the identifying this URL, and we have only single hit here. Means we almost filtered this pattern and make sure that this pattern is recognizing this particular hyperlink in a unique way. So this pattern is uniquely identifying this URL. So you can see how many hits are here. 1 hit. Now we can add this in the code here so that we can locate this web element, which is nothing but hyperlink here. I hope you are clear here, friends. So what do you do right now? So we are trying to recognize this, locate this web element, which is nothing but hyperlink that is present in the parent window. This is present in the parent window. Okay, right. Let's go to the code now. So what do we do right now to get this, to locate this particular what is it, web element? We have to apply this method, right? Driver dot find element, and in this, and you are finding this web element using what, friends? Using XPath. So you have to choose this strategy by what is that XPath, and now we have to pass that pattern to this XPath method. So this is how we are able to locate which one. What is that we are locating? This is locating. Let me add this here. This is locating URL from parent window, right? So that URL, what is that URL? Click here. Maybe let me add that URL also. URL click here. From where? From parent window. And once we do that, what is that we should do, friends? We should assign this to some reference. And this is nothing but returning a web element, which is nothing but this web element is a URL. So that we can assign to a reference of web element space some URL equal to. So here just we the error is because of this driver just got removed. Now we have added it back. Save it. Still we are seeing an error. Let us just try to see why this error is. Might be we have excess closing brackets here. Can remove that. Now after this you can see here we don't have any errors and we are able to locate this URL in the parent window. We are able to uniquely locate this URL from the parent window. And now we are assigning that to a web element reference. Now, what is that we should do? This is a URL. What action we should perform on this web element? We are able to locate this. But if we should perform any action from our automation code, we should click on this URL. So we should perform a click action on this URL. Right, on button, on URL or links or on these kind of web elements, we perform an action. What is that action we perform? We perform a click action. So to do that, in this web element class, there are many methods. And to perform click action, there is a method click. So let us apply click on this particular web element, which is nothing but URL. This I just created. This URL, this reference name can be anything. Just to have some meaningful name, I put it as URL. But you can name it as you like, but give a meaningful name. That's all, friends. So what do you do right now? Now what do you do? Click on that URL. So for that you have a method directly, a straight method, that click method on that URL. Right. Still, you can also do one thing. You can also get that text before you click. You can also read that text of this URL. Right. I'm just printing that in the chart box. Right. Not chart instance, this console. I'm sorry, not chart. I'm printing that in the console when the automation is running. Right. So what I do right now. So also I want to see, right, when we reach out to that web element and when we click on that URL, apart from locating that web element URL, we would like to print that text here. So to do that, I'm just adding URL is, and if we should print what is that text we are clicking, we can simply say this web element, that URL dot, to get that text of that particular web element, there is a method you can see here, get text. This method returns text of this URL here, friends. You can see here. If you want to get this text, what is that we should do? You locate this web element by using this particular statement line. This code at line 35. That is clear for all of us. We are doing it. We did this number of times, not just one time, two times. Second thing on that, what we should do, just try to call get method on that reference of web element. That returns this text click here. And this one, what this line at that what this code at line 36 will do, it will perform a click operation when we run the automation. When we perform click, it will open a new window, and we can see here a new window is opened here. I hope this is clear. Right, that's what this automation is doing. And now altogether we'll have two windows, a parent window here and a child window. Now let us recognize both with our handle methods like this parent and child. Okay. So we'll go step by step. For now, let us do till this. What is that? Open a parent window and get the window handle of parent and see. Second thing, click on that URL from parent window, and this opens a child window, and we want to from child window. Once it opens, let's see till this. Again, what we do, we try to locate this text and print this. After this, again we'll try to get the handle of this child window. So we'll go step by step so that you get a clear picture. Once you get understanding these things, automatically you are almost good with this handling windows. But we don't stop with just only opening one child window. We will also see how to get this handles of multiple windows, like and how to do the switches between one window to another window, switch between a parent window to child window. Again, once we go to this, now again we have to come back to this. Now when we click on this URL, we go to this parent window. This is done. After that, again we have to come back to the child, sorry, I told parent, sorry, child window. When you click on this URL, we go to this child window. After that, again we have to come back to parent window. Again we should click on this child window. Again now you are in this, you have more, you have to switch to this child window. Once you do something in the child window, again you have to switch back to the parent window. So what is the sequence here? There are multiple sequences. What is it? I hope this is clear. Okay, I'll come back point by point so that I don't want you to get confused, or I don't want to confuse you. So let's run this automation till this. Later on, we'll see all this. This is what we are going to do in this workshop, in today's workshop, friends. If we can complete all these steps, we don't need a session tomorrow. But if we are not able to do that, then we need to have another session tomorrow. But let us first run this now. Let's run this. Right click on this and then run this. What this is going to do, how many steps it is going to perform? It opens a parent window. Try to locate that web element URL. Click here, and then we click on that web element. It moves to a child window from there. And at the same time, we are printing that the text of that URL in the console, in the Eclipse console. Like, okay. So this is what we are doing right now. Let's try to run the automation. So now what happens? This opens browser and it brought up the URL. Your parent window is open here. You can see here, and at the same time, immediately it has open child window as well. And in this case, it all this happened in fraction of seconds. We don't have that time to see the process happening. So if you want to have little delayed this thing, what we should do? So you can see the output for that text URL. Okay, it is able to print that URL. You can see here this one. Click here. But okay, that is fine. But what is that we need now? So we don't want this rush, this speed execution. We don't want that that fast execution. So let's add some, what is it, that sleep method to have a little. So apply sleep here before, or when you, as soon as you open this window, either we can put sleep here, thread dot, from thread class we have sleep method. So sleep here, and then just add some 3 seconds. Okay, this would be enough for us. Okay, similarly, you can add one more method at the end here. Maybe if you want, after that you can apply driver.quit method so that it closes the window. Okay, so this is a quick idea. Hope you are clear now. Right. So what I am trying to do is I'm just slowing down this automation process so that we can have a clear view of each step happening. Okay. So what I do now, let's run this automation. again. So we are running the automation after adding few changes to the code. Now we have the URL and we have the parent window here. And after that, it clicked on the URL and it moved to, again, still it is a little past roll. So what I do, let me add 5 seconds so that at least we have some view, or let us put 10 seconds. What's there in that? 1000 seconds is 1 millisecond, right? Sorry, 1000 seconds is 1 second. So they based on that, you can add how many seconds you want. Okay. Now right click and then run as Java application. Now you can see it brought up the web page, right? And then we are in the parent window. You can see now our automation will click on this URL because we did that. We asked it to click on that. Now it opened that child window here. You can see now this is what we want to do so far. And you can see we also print that this one, which one, this URL text, and that is printing here. So all this is fine now. Next one, what is the next thing we want to do? We want to, which one? This is the one. We want to print this text of child window. Right. So what for that, what I would like to do, right click on this. We should locate it. If we should print this in this child window, we should locate this heading. So how do you locate? Right click. Right. Now what we are doing in the code, we are trying to, once it is moved to the child window, right? When you click here, so this will move the, so this is nothing but when you click on it, opening, otherwise, let me make it more simple. Opening a child window by clicking on click here URL. I'm just making sure this time. Okay, then this will take us to the child window here. To the child window. A new window is opened when we click. Now, after that, what is that we want? Locating text. What is that text? New window from the child window. So this is the text. You can see again, the text in the child window is new window. We want to locate that. So that's we are doing. So what we do now? So locating the text new window from where, friends? From child window. From where we are locating it, you can see, right? This is the child window. Like this is parent and this is child. From that child window, we should locate this. So how do you locate it now? That is, again, we have to get this. Again, we should get that. Use the locator, either XPath or anything like class name or ID name, whichever suits for this requirement. Okay, so what do you do right now? Come here, locate this text here. How do you locate it? Right click on this and then inspect. You can see here straight away, it is giving us this tag here, which is nothing but heading tag. You can see which is h3. So just create the XPath locator. I am using XPath. If you want, you can choose whatever you think that fits your requirement because you are already trained on different things, like how to use different locators. But for me, I always prefer XPath most of the time. So XPath starts always with double slash, and this tag starts with h3. We know, right? After that, when we add this double slash starts with we have to pass that tag. So with what tag that web element is starting. So it is h3. So pass it here and then open square brackets. So we have just a text here. This itself is enough, honestly speaking. When you say h3, this itself is locating this one, this web element. You can see we have just one hit here. So this pattern itself, this simple pattern itself is locating this web element uniquely, right? This is uniquely locating this web element. Still, if you want, you can add a little you can add a little pattern to this. What is this? Some text equal to, maybe you can apply this new window. You can see this is the text here. You can use this and then just pass assign to the compare with text method. If it is a new window, then we should able to get this text here. So first we are locating web element. Once that web element is located, we try to, what else we do, friends? We try to print that text here. That's all. We are not, because on text we cannot do any other action, as this is not a dynamic web element. This is a static web element where text is just, we can read that text. That's all. So no action can be done here except reading this text. So to read that, this is the pattern to locate this web element text here, new window. So copy this. You can see here we have just one hit, means we are uniquely identifying this web element text, which is new window. Copy this now, go to your code, right? And then same as usual, you have to use this driver.findElement, just paste it here, or otherwise copy this till this, paste it here, or not like not till there, copy till here. Why? Again, we need one more web element URL. So what you do this time, it's not URL. We are trying to locate text. So add that web element name as text here. OK. So the URL of that web element here, we are naming it as text, as we are locating a text from child window. And here to this XPath, you know what you can do. You can copy this pattern, this XPath pattern used to locate this web element, and then paste it here. OK. And then make sure you end it with one more processor and put semicolon. So now you can see, right, we are able to locate child element properly. We are able to properly locate child element. Now we want to print that text. This locates child element. That's all. Right, child window. Sorry, not child element. This locates that web element from the child window. Right. That is the point here. Now, if we should get text simply on this right web element text dot apply this method not get tag name, sorry, get text. That's how this helps us to get that text of that web element from the child window. So that's all that this will do that. OK, are you ready to test this automation? But before that, add a sleep in between your parent and this child thing. OK, so just adding one more sleep so that we can have a view of that automation process happening between child window and parent window, or parent window and child window here. But I hope you are clear, right? So this locates what that web element in the child window. That is what this statement does. And then we are trying to get that text. Let's run the automation. OK, so what is the expected output before we run the automation? Let's have a quick check, like what would be the expectation here. We move to the parent window and then we try to locate that URL, and then we click on it, and this should move us, take us to the child window. And meanwhile, at the same time, it will try to get that text on that URL here. OK, and then that click here will be printed in the console. When we use SOPs, the System.out.println just prints something what we are passing here onto this console, friends. Just remember, SOP means it just prints on console. That's all. OK, and then at the same time, what's happening? So once we get to this child window, you can see here we are trying to locate a text from child window. You can see here this one, and print it from our automation from our code into that console. OK, and for that we are locating this text, and we are doing this particular tag locates the text, and then after that we are printing that through this web element reference, right? That's what we are doing. So let's run this now and see and observe the automation. So I hope all the steps are clear. Right? We try to trace it, check it, and then again coming. Now it opened main window, parent window, and now it will do a click on here and it opens immediately. Now you can see click here happen and then it opened the child window. Now in the code, if you look here, right? So actually, right. See friends, it should print this text. What is that text? It should print this new window, right? What is that it should do, friends? In the console, by now, after it moves to the child window here immediately, it should print this new window in the console. But this is something interesting. See, this is what needed. So we intentionally created this exception to understand why these window handles are needed, why this switching, this harmonious switching is needed between parent and child windows. If you directly switch to child window and if you directly read that web elements from child window, and if you try to print it in the code or if you try to do something in the code, it won't work, friends. Why? Let us just come to the see, let us observe the output. Now you can see we are very clearly observing our automation has opened child window, sorry, parent window, and done a click and it has clicked on the URL. This click here and move to the open another window, child window, and we are seeing this here. All this is we are observing. That is fine, but in the in the output, after when we try to read that text here, it is throwing in error. Why? No such element it is saying. But it is clearly, we are seeing it clearly. It is in front of our eyes that this text is there. Is there any, is our Eclipse doing something wrong here, or is our code, does our code has some issue? Eclipse doesn't do anything wrong, friends, because it always works according to our code. But we are doing a proper navigation from parent window to child window. That is fine. And then we are trying to read this text. That is also because we already tested this web locator, this web element by using locator. That locator identified this unique in a it has uniquely identified this text. We have observed all, we did all that, right? But still, why this error? Still, why this error? So this is why, right? Because simple reason. So this is important. I want to show you this. This error should come. See, if you blindly see, friends, you are handling multiple windows. Within the same window, within this parent window, you can locate how many number of web elements you want. You can locate it. You can do whatever on that web elements. You print it or you click it or you can do whatever you want on this parent window. Okay, friends. But now all of this, all together now, when you click on this click here, you are moving to a new window and observe this statement carefully. The context completely shifted. Now you are not in the parent window context. You have opened a new window, and here this is a new context, not the previous context. When you are in the new window, when you directly try to get this, directly try to handle these web elements here in this child window, it won't work because the context changed here. Once, as soon as you click on this URL, it opened a new window, which is child window, and now you have altogether a different context now. Not the same, the previous parent window have context. Is this clear, friends? So here we are in a new context, and that your browser should be aware, your driver should be aware of that context. Who should be aware of this context? Driver should be aware. But driver is not aware of this context. You are not notifying driver that you have moved to a child and you are handling web elements in the child. This is very important thing to see, understand this carefully, friends. Very important information. So because once you understand this, there is nothing of this thing here. This window handling is a very simple job. But here altogether, when we shift to a new window, a child window, the context completely changes. I hope this is clear. So that's why your driver here, once we shift to that child window, this child window, driver is not able to recognize which one, this web element in the child window. It is not able to recognize this. So that's why it is saying this. What it is saying here, no such element exception. It is saying, Manoram, I cannot see this element, which is what you are asking. What is that element here? Understand carefully. This one. It is not able to see this element. New window. Why? Why, friends? Can you please answer in the chat box? Excuse me. Why does this driver is not able to see this element? Can you please answer in the chat box? Why? Because so Balaji and Santoshi, how about both of you? Are you following? So we have altogether moved to a new context. Here, point is another very important point is in this when you are working with any website, each window has one context. Right? This is very important. And now when we move from right, your parent window has a context. Okay. And then child window has a context. I'm just writing here so that you understand carefully, friends. Child window has a context. Right. So when we move from parent to child, so as soon as you move from parent window to child window here, right? So what's happening? We are not in the same. In this case, so when we move, I'm adding here, we move from parent window to child window. So here we are, the context is changing here. What is that? We are moving from parent window context to child window context. Right? Child window, the context changes. What changes? Context changes. So that is why driver is not able to locate web elements in the child window. So I'm adding that point as well. Maybe you can put a comma and add. That is why. What is it? Driver is not able to locate. Locate what, friends? Child window. So you got it, friends. So as the context changes, earlier it was in the parent window context. As soon as you click on the URL, what's happening? It is moving to the child window. And here it is in child window context, but we are not switching to that. We are not switching to this context, but we are still in the parent window. So that's why what's happening is not able to locate your web element. Maybe let me add more clearly. What is it not able to locate? Web element. Please understand this carefully. These are useful to answer to attend any exams or to answer interviews, friends. Okay, how much difficult questions they ask in interview. This is you can answer most of those tough questions with all this information. I'm very sure on that. Okay. So what is here? It is not able to locate right web element in the child window and throws what? And throws. Why it is throwing? This is the reason. Context changed as it was earlier in parent window context. All of a sudden, when we click on URL and as you move to the child window, the context, it has moved to a child context. But we are not switching to the child context. What we are not doing? We are not switching to the child context. I'll talk about it. Right? Maybe you can ask a question. Then how to switch to child context and make sure that this automation is working fine. There is a question. I'll come back to that. Let's finish this, adding this. Okay. Windows. And then what, friends? In the child window. And that's why it throws what, friends, here, this exception. What is that exception? See this one. You might think we did everything fine, but we didn't, something is missing. That is the context thing. So this is a simple idea, friends. Now, how to fix this issue? So all this is fine. Code wise, this is almost fine. I'm saying a word almost. Code wise, almost fine. But there is a small thing we need to add to make sure we don't miss out that context. What is that? We should be able to add small thing not to miss out the context. Right. So what is that? We will see now. Are you clear with this, friends? So that is important now. So now what is the next question? So how do you handle this? How do you handle this? So this automation is almost good. Right. But still we are getting this exception because we have a clear discussion. I think I tried to be as clear as much for this. Is this clear, friends? Because each window has a context. When we switch from one window to window, that context changes. So we have to again make sure that we are in sync with this context. Right? When you move to child window, you should be in child window context. If you are in parent window, you should be parent window context. Are you following, friends? Right? Then the question from you is, all this is clear. We are pretty clear, Manoram. How do you do this? Could you please tell us? Very simple. If you don't want to lose track of this context, I'm adding here clearly. If we don't want to lose this track of, what is that track of what? Track of context. Then we should use what? Switch method between parent and child. What is that we should apply? Switch. We should apply a switch method. Okay, between parent and child windows. I hope I've observed this carefully, friends. Parent and child windows. I hope are you following? So this is what we should do. Let me explain that with a small diagram. You really like that a lot. It is very interesting. Let me just open. What shall I open? Paint or something? Or otherwise, let me open Paint. Paint should be good for us. Okay. Let me open Paint. Okay. This is our MS Paint, right? We want MS Paint. Where is it? Somewhere. Okay, let us take this. So now you see, this is the hierarchy scenario, friends. So opening a new paint just to explain the process. Right. So this is, so here we have all this, friends. So let me use this marker. So what is it? You have a parent window. So this is a parent window. I'm just adding here. So parent window. Now you have a URL here. Okay, it might be that URL might be okay. I'm just adding URL. Okay, now color should change as. No problem. Let me write it. I don't want to waste time. Now you have a URL, right? And you click on it. What we do? Just a minute, friends. Yeah, sorry, friends. Are you following, friends? Is this clear till this? Or am I confusing you with too much of information? Can you please confirm? Shankar or Santoshi and Balaji. Are you able to follow all this? Please confirm in the chat box. Okay, thank you. How about you, Balaji? Anyhow, the recording is there. It's very clear. You can go through it one more time if any problem. Right, that is fine. Now let us get to this now. Our paint, we opened a paint here just to have a quick idea. So this is a parent window. We navigated to parent to a web page or website, and we have a parent window and that has URL and you did some click on it. Okay, just add here. Now it opened. What is that altogether? A child window. So I'm just adding it as a CW. That is PW. This is CW. Now you did some operation here in child window, right? Now again, what is that you should do? You have to switch back to again parent window. What is that you should switch back? Parent window. Of course, might be parent window has so many, hyperlinks or many other web elements or many other, I mean, windows. Maybe from that parent window, you might open many other child windows. There are many hyperlinks. There are many links or many tabs. When you click on that, again, what happens? It might open a child window. Fine, right? This is also fine. So this is child window 1, child window 2, right? Again, when you click on some other hyperlink, it will open one more child window 3, right? Like this. So every time when you click on this hyperlink in this parent, it will jump to the child, right? From parent window to child window. Here, there is a transaction happening between these two windows. What are those two windows? Let me add this. I think if it is notepad, it would be much more clear than this paint. Let me open. So what's happening here? So this is what happens. You have a parent window. You do some operation here in parent window. What is it? So you have many hyperlinks like, one hyperlink, second hyperlink, third hyperlink. Now, when you click on first hyperlink here, this is hyperlink 1. Assume that I'm just giving a clear idea, right? This is hyperlink 1. And similarly, means when you click on each hyperlink, one new window is created. This is hyperlink 2. And this is, I'm just trying to be very clear for this, friends, hyperlink 3. So, and in that way, you might have so many hyperlinks or links or tabs, right? And when you click on this tab or this link or hyperlink, a new window is opened. Okay, right? From this parent window. So you click on some hyperlink, you did some click, assume that. Okay, I'm just adding on top of this. What did you do? Click on hyperlink, right? When you click on hyperlink, what happens? It opens a child window. What it opens? A child window. Now, altogether, this parent window has a different context here, this one. And now you are opening a child window. These are all child windows. Just this side we have child windows. Now, child window has a different context. This has a different context, child windows, and parent windows has a different context, as just discussed in the paint. All parents has different context and child has a different context. So to not to lose that context, track of context, what is that we should apply? We have to apply a switch method between these two, between parent and child, right? What is that switch method between parent and child, right? How that switch should be? When you are switching from parent to child, you should apply a handle, right? Then, so you should apply a switch, sorry, not handle. You should apply a switch. And that switch, make sure that you are not losing the track of context. Is this clear now? This is very important thing to observe. Again, From child, if you want to switch back, again, you can see here I am adding like this. For switching from parent to child, you are applying a switch. This is good. Again, if you want, again, get back to parent as discussed, right? If you want from, this is not that great here. This doesn't look great, right? But just trying to give you some idea. So you want to switch back again from child here. I'll add in notepad. It makes more sense. So let us add some. Now you want to switch back again from this child window to parent window. Again, what you should apply? You have to apply. What is it you should apply? You have to apply a switch. Right. What is that you should apply here, friends? You have to apply a switch. So when you are switching from parent to child, you should apply a switch method. And when you are switching back from child to parent windows, you have to apply switch method. So the point here is very important. What is it? When you are switching from one window to another window, right? Not to lose track of this context. If you want to just have that access to those web elements, everything from the child window, we should apply proper switching. What is that we should do? We should apply proper switching. This is important, friends. I know this. I'm trying to, get more little deeper and trying to give a clear picture of everything, friends. So I'm going very slowly, right, to make sure you don't have any confusion here, friends. I hope you are clear now. So in the previous case here, what is that we miss? We miss the context. Why we miss the context? Because we didn't apply this switch between this parent to child and child to parent. Of course, again, child to parent is needed if we again come back to parent and do something from parent. You get this point, friends? But if you don't want to lose track of context between these windows, what is that you need apart from using handles, this window handles? What is that you need? This switch method. What is that you need, friends? You need a switch method. So that is very important, friends. Shall we apply this now? Are you clear till this? So what is that we should do now? If you don't want this error, if you want to overcome this error or fix this error or avoid this error, what you should do, friends? You should apply a switch method in your automation. Let me just show you. It is a very simple thing here. So where you are switching to your child here, right? Where you are switching, this is your parent window. Now you want to switch to child. How do you do that? You have to apply a small code here. What is that code? First of all, right? First of all, what you should do now? You should get. So till here you are in this still here you are in the parent window. You are still in the parent window context until you click here. Then you will jump to the child window from here onwards. Right? All this is from child window. Now you should add a switch here. So in between this parent window thing and child window thing, we need a switch here. Right? How do you do that? Simply we can say driver dot. You can apply switch to. Right? What is that you should do? Driver dot switch to. Just a minute. I can. That's all. Switch to window. You can see here. This is the method. What do we need here? Driver dot switch to. Just a minute. What is the method? Switch to window. You can directly call a window method on that dot window. And here you have to pass child that to whichever the child window you want to switch, that window handle you have to pass. Right? This is the syntax. So you should apply this switch method if you don't want to lose track of what is that context between parent and child windows. And this is the method you should use here. But we cannot directly apply this because we need to again get this handle of child window. If you just directly pass handle, it won't work. Again, the challenge is we should get that child window handle to whichever the child window you want to navigate. That child window handle you want to you have to pass here. But before that, the important thing is if you want to switch between your parent window and child window, or child window to parent window, right? If you want to get back again, what is that you need? You need a switch, and that look like this. So in this driver class itself, there is a method switch to. On that, use window to which window you want to switch. Switch to dot window. It's very straightforward to understand. Switch to dot window. If you specify the handle of child, whichever the child you want to switch, that way to that child, this switch happens. Of course, right? So the switch happens without losing the context. So how do you do that now? If you should get this child window handles, so you should apply the second method as discussed here. What is this? We should apply this method, get window handles. It gets all window handles. From that, we filter out child window handle. Right? What do we do right now? So we should apply a method. What is that? Driver dot. Are you following, friends? Driver dot get window handles. This gives you all window handles, and this returns a set collection. So set, okay, generic collection which has string, because again inside this set all are nothing but that identifiers, string identifiers, something like handles you can say. So and this is a collection, right? Import this set from java.util, friends. This is what you should do, right? The switch we can add it. So this is needed. Once we find out that that child window handle, that we can pass to switch. Okay, we'll do one by one now. Now we got the handles, and from this we need to filter child window handle, and then that we have to pass to the switch method. What are the steps we need to do here? So step one, what we are doing, this gives us, what is this? All window handles. What it gives us, all window handles. And from this, what we should do, we have to filter again. Another step is filter your child window handle. Child window handle. If you have multiple child windows open, you have to choose which window handle you want to switch. Or you can apply some conditional based switching and you can handle that. But filter, now what is that? From this window handles, there are multiple window handles. Now when you say get window handles, filter your child window handle and to appropriate switch. So you have to do a proper switch and do a proper switch to the child window. So this is important. Remember, I'm just trying to write everything so that switch to the child window. I hope this is clear, friends. Are you following? Right. Okay. Is this clear till this, friends? Hope you are not having any, you are not losing any context like how this child window lost just now. Hope you are not losing any context. Right. So this is what we should do to get this. If you want to do switch, first thing you should get that child window handle to do this switch. So we are doing that. For that, we should get all those handles, window handles that were opened as a process of this automation testing. Right. So now, how do you do that now? First thing, to get this window handles, you should iterate this set here, collection. This is a collection. So we do an iteration. We try to run a loop on this and try to get that handle by handle. And based on that, we apply this. What is that we apply? We try to get a handle. Altogether here in this scenario, in this whole automation, we have just only two windows now. This is one parent window. And second one, when you click on URL, you are moving to the child window. We have just two windows. By looking at the code itself, we can understand how many contexts will be created here. Just two contexts, one for parent, one for child. We have just only one child as of now. So that's why from the code itself, we understand, we can easily guess this collection has just two handles. So altogether, when we say get window handles, this gives how many friends? As of now, it gives two handles. Why? Just we are opening just two windows. So let us just try to iterate it for what is that string. So all these handles are string type, right? So you have seen in the output as well some time back. You can see this is a string type if you see the output. So if it is string type, so while iterating, what you should do? So sorry, where is it? Yeah, this one. So if it is a string type, while iterating, this we use this for each, what we call this is for each, which is helps to iterate like for loop. But this is some sophisticated loop which is applied only on collections. Maybe one session for couple of sessions we'll do collections workshop, no problem. But for now, let's continue. So here for string, some handle colon. This is how we should create, and then pass this collection as the destination. So sorry, this is the source. So pass this collection as the source because this source has all those handles, and this is the destination. Every time this loop iterates, one handle from this set is copied to this, and we check if it is a parent or child and do switch. So now every time you iterates, it prints one handle. That is fine. Now we are applying a small condition here. What is that? We already here we want child handle. We don't want parent handle. What is that we need here? We want child handle, but not parent handle. Right. So we filter it. What is that? Not of handle. You can see here. Not of what this handle should be what equals to what here. When I say not means if this is not a parent handle. So how to get already here we got the parent handle from line 30 here. You can see here when you say get window handle, this gives parent window handle. Now what we are doing, we want to get only child window handle, not parent window again. So that's why we are applying a condition before we get this child window or child window handle. We are writing a small filter here. What is that filter? We are saying we are iterating for and saying that if that whatever handle we are getting here, if it is not parent window, if it is not parent, not handle dot equals means if it is not parent, we can see here we are passing parent here. If it is not parent, then we are asking to do the switch here. How to do the switch? Some driver dot, you can see here friends, some driver dot switch to dot window of handle. So we are clearly now we are doing a switch to the child here. Whatever handle you are passing will be a handle of child, but not handle of a parent here. Right. And still, if you want to know which handle is getting printed, what you can do, I mean, which handle is getting, passed here, getting passed here. You can do a small thing. You can just add a print statement. What you can do, you can add a print statement here. How you can see here. Let us just you can print both, no problem. If you want, if you put print here outside, if you can see both handles parent and child. Maybe you can ask me a question. How do I know? How do I recognize parent? And you can hear in the above code here at line 30, we are already trying to print parent handle. Now again we are saying get window handles. It will try to get all those handles, and in that parent also will be there. And when you try to print parent handle, it prints parent handle one more time here, and then the other child handle. Right here, in this way, in this code, parent handle is printed for two times. One, when we try to do some print at line 32, right? So that this prints parent handle. Similarly, when we say get window handles, right? And when we are iterating, when we print it here, when we are iterating this set collection, again here it try to get all that window handles, even it has parent window. And when you print, you can see that parent one more time. That is fine. But what we don't want parent window here because the switch has to happen to the child window. So what we are doing, We are saying ignore parent window. That is meaning of this statement. If it is not parent window and not handle dot equals means handle dot equals of parent window means if it is parent window, we are asking do something. But if it is not parent window, then we are asking to switch to child window. Means this is a child window. Without any doubt, we can say that. I hope you are clear with this explanation. Still, if you have doubt, you can go through this recording, friends. Right? Is this clear now? Suddenly I got a doubt if you are sharing or not. Is this clear till this, friends? Can you please confirm in the chat box if you are clear or not? So this is what we should do, friends. This is what we should do. If you don't want to lose the track of context, what is that? You should just get all window handles and then filter out your parent window and then from there switch to child window. Make sure you avoid, again switch because you are in the parent window itself, right? So that's why maybe if you ask me why we are not, you know, why we are avoiding parent window because we are already in the parent window. Again, switching to parent window doesn't make any sense. So that's why we are just filtering out parent window. So if it is not parent window, if it is a child window, we are asking to switch the context to this child window. I hope it's clear. Now, when we apply this switch, now you can see there is a proper switch happening between this parent and this child here by applying this switch method. Are you clear till this, friends? Are you clear till this? Can you please confirm in the chat box? Right, let us try to run this now. So this time definitely you get a clear, right? Definitely when we run this, because are we adding this switch here? Okay, as per discussion, why we have error, we understood now. So if you directly try to switch from parent to child, we lose the context, right? So we lose the track of context, right? If you don't want to lose track of context, then you should apply switch. So that is what we did now. Now run this time. Everything should go expected without having any of these exceptions this time. Why? Because we properly included this switch context. I hope you are clear. Right? Let's run this, friends. Run this now. Now you can see now what's happening. Automation started, open browser, bring up the parent window, and then you have here this URL open. Right? We have the URL now. It will click on it. It's waiting for the sleep method to. Yeah, now it has moved to the child window. The process is over, but this time we should not see any errors in the code. You can see here. Do you see any errors now? This time you don't see any error. You don't see any error, right? Also, you are able to see the output from child window. But in the previous case, it didn't happen, right, friends? Why? Because we have a problem with the switching. If you directly move from parent to child, it won't work. You have to apply this switching between parent and child. Then your driver doesn't lose the track of that context between parent and child. I hope see this time you are able to first thing from the code here. You are trying to get that parent window handle. Always you need to get this when you are handling multiple windows. First, you should always try to get parent window handle and keep it ready. Okay, so that it is used. It can be used for comparing anywhere. That is needed anywhere when you are filtering these handles. So when this is coming from this is coming from here. Sorry. This is coming from at line 31. Fine. Next, after that, you can see we are again printing the length. Okay, that is fine, no problem. So that is this one. So this output is from this line. Okay. And then again, what we are doing, we are asking, and this is coming from here where so from here, right? When you click on that URL here, we are asking to print that text as well. So when this is executed, line 39, so that prints this one. And after that, again, you can see I'm just trying to give a clear idea about the output. Now, when you iterate these handles, you are this print here, right? Once you get these handles, you are iterating the handles, and this is print statement is printing both. It will get all the handles open. You can see here. So how many handles are open here? It has opened, see, two handles. One is this parent. This is not needed, and this child. This is not automation window. Just showing you the process. So two windows are open. So we have two handles here. So when we iterate this set collection, it try to provide two handles. It gives us two handles. You can see here this prints. So you can see in the output again, we are able to see two handles. You can see here. One is this is parent, and you can easily recognize this this is a parent. How? Because here itself we are printing parent, and when you see one and when you see this one, both will be same. From that itself we can conclude this is a parent handle. From this you can easily recognize. But what we don't want, now we don't want to again switch to parent. From parent to parent switching doesn't make sense, right? So what we want just to avoid this and switch to this handle, which is a child window handle. This is a child window handle, right? So that's why, right, we added this code. So which code? This code. This is nothing but what is that? Switching to. I'm just adding child window. That's all. So this is nothing but switching to the child window, friends. Hope you are clear. So that is what this one is. So you get from that set you have this child window handle as well, and in the code you are filtering out that child window and trying to switch to the child window. So that's why that switch is properly happening. We are not losing track of context, so we are able to get that web element and then get the text from that, read the text from web element here, right? So you can see new window. Means from this window we are now able to read the text here, and that is printed here. And the switch happened between your parent, this parent window and child window properly. Why? Because of this simple, because we are adding this simple switch mechanism here between parent and child. So that's why we are having a proper output this time without any exception. And this is simple idea about window handling, friends. Now we just used only how many windows here? Just two windows. So we need to do one more thing. What is that? We need to add one more this thing. How to switch to multiple windows? So now we suppose, let us see this. I'm not doing that now, but just giving you a context. So we have actually in from this parent window, we can switch to two different child windows. One is when you click on URL, we can go to this child window. Another one is when you click on another, we have two URLs in this parent page. Means you can switch to two different child windows. Again, when you click on this, you are just moving to another child window here. You can see here. Are you following, friends? So means what's happening here? What we can do here? We can switch from parent window to multiple child windows. Now we have observed in this session, we had a very clear idea about switching between one parent to one child windows. Maybe tomorrow we need an hour of our this thing. We don't need 2 hours of workshop. Okay, but we just need an hour. If you want, I will stay with you. You can do a practice session as well if you have time and set up everything. So in tomorrow's session, what we do, we try to see how to switch between multiple windows. We have two windows now. Maybe if you want, we can take 3 or 4 windows, and then we can observe how all the switch happens between one window to another window. I hope this is clear. Suppose now we are right in this case, we have switched from parent to child window. Now we should see how to get back from child to parent. That is simple. It's a simple same process. How to get back from child to parent. Simple, right? That I can show you now itself. Once after all this is done, right? Once you are able to do whatever you want to do in the child side here, to switch back to parent, what you can do, just copy this here. You don't need to do anything. And this time we are aware of parent. So we don't have a problem in getting parent because we can directly parent can be, we can get parent anytime. We can get parent anytime by directly using this method. What is that method here? You can see get window handle. This always gives you parent window handle. So we don't have a problem. So from this again, from this child window, if you want to switch back to parent without losing context, then what you have to do? We have to apply switch method. And here, when you say switch to which window again you have to switch back. Right now you are in the child window. Now you want to switch to parent window. Then you have to pass the handle of to whichever the window you want to switch, that handle you should pass. Just pass parent window handle. Then this line 60, this line 60 in your code, again bring back the context from this child window to parent window. Now you can now again do a, again you can do some what is this, some kind of clicking on here on another URL here. Without switching back, if I try to click on this URL, it won't work. I'll show you that again in tomorrow's session. If again I want to get back to parent window, again I want to navigate to this window. I want to again navigate to this window, to a new window, which is this one. If I should do that, what is that the process I have to do? Again from this window, get back to the parent, and from parent again click on this URL. In this way, you have to switch to and fro between parent and child window. Suppose this is the parent. Now I assume that from this window, we switch it back. In the code, you can see we switch back here. This is just, this will just only do the switch. Now after that, again, what I want to do. So from here, I switch back to this, leave this. Now I want to click on this hyperlink and then move to another window and then open a new window from parent window. Right? If I should do this, right? Again, what is that we have to do? We have to do switch back to the parent. And again, from parent, what again you have to do? Again, first thing, you should first use this, locate this web element and then click on this and then go to this. And then if you want to do anything here, we can do some kind of automation on this window as well. And then again, assume that this parent has only just two different hyperlinks. So assume that you have 3 or 4 and you want to again open, switch back to those windows as well. So you want to open another few more new windows from the same parent window. What you should do? Again, from this child window, you have to come back. Again, click on a new window. Again, from here, again, you have to switch to that context again. In this way, what you have to do each time, right? When you are moving between parent and child, you have to apply this switch. This is important. Right? As per this code now, as you added a code at line 60, this helps us to switch back to the parent window. And then you can add some code. What is that is needed? Like again, opening a new window from the parent. So if you want to do that, we already did a switch back to parent. Now you can do this. And if you don't apply the switch, and if you directly try to click on this URL, you get an exception like in the previous scenario. I hope this is clear for all of you friends. Okay. So this is all about, see, the switching mechanism, the windows, how it has to happen when you are working in a real-time environment, when you are handling multiple windows, when you are testing on multiple windows. So this kind of code you have to implement with proper window handles and proper switches, and all this has to be included to your code. Then only you can have a proper automation of your testing. So this is for today, friends. I hope we have we had a very detailed session on this, right? Will you agree with me, friends?